AEW's inaugural event takes place this Saturday in Las Vegas, Nevada at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. The show is called Double or Nothing, and that name came from the end of All In which Cody, who was in the ring with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, said if we do this again, it'll be Double or Nothing. He never confirmed it, but he basically said that'll probably be the title if it happens again. And of course, that led to the formation of AEW. The Khan family invested, and here we are. Now, I hope everyone who is in Las Vegas right now for StarCast is enjoying themselves. I kind of wish I could have gone. Maybe I can in the future, but that looks like a blast going to StarCast with all those big stars there. I think that blows away WWE access for WrestleMania, in my opinion, just the things they have had set up. And it's geared 100% towards hardcore fans. I think WWE is geared to more kids. Then they get to meet their wrestlers, things like that. But I think this is definitely just geared towards hardcore fans. And that's AEW's target audience. It's hardcore wrestling fans who are unhappy with WWE. So when we go down this card, I thought we can start on the pre-show. What you have is two matches on the... Actually, I think they're calling it the buy-in. Is that what they're calling it? I think so. Not really the pre-show, but... the buy-in, before you watch Double or Nothing. And the prices are pretty high for Double or Nothing. But you have to remember, I think everyone's just spoiled after the WWE Network. Double or Nothing is not that much cheaper, really. It is cheaper than what WWE used to charge pre-network. So you have the card right here. Let's start off with the 20-man Casino Battle Royal. Here are the names they have listed. There could be surprises. There's about 4 open spots, but here's who you have so far. You have Sonny Kiss, you have Brandon Cutler, you have Ace Romero, Glacier, Brian Pillman Jr., son of Brian Pillman, Sunny Daze, MJF, Joey Janela, Dustin Thomas. Hopefully Joey Janela has Penelope Ford with them. She might be the hottest woman in wrestling. Have you seen her? Jesus Christ. There's a picture of her, Brandy, and Britt Baker all looking great, but my God, Penelope Ford is just unreal. My goodness. I don't know if they're still together though with Joey Janela, but you have Dustin Thomas, you have Billy Gunn, who is also an agent, you have Jimmy Havoc, Michael Nakazawa, Jungle Boy, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Queen, Luchasaurus, Sean Spears, who is Tye Dillinger, and 4 open spots. So I think one of the 4 open spots is going to win. It's going to be a surprise. It's not going to be a major surprise. It won't be a CM Punk. It's not going to be a Dean Ambrose because this is a pre-show match. And the winner of this match gets a future title shot against Kenny Omega or Chris Jericho, who will also in that match gets a future title shot. So you basically have almost a mini tournament. Winner of Jericho Omega faces the winner of the 20-man Casino Battle Royal. So it has to be a big name because that's probably the July show, I think, the Gunn show, the anti-Gunn show in Jacksonville. So I think that's where they're probably going to crown the first champion, and I assume it has to be a big name. That show's not going to be as big as Double or Nothing or All In, but I think it has to be a big name. I am going to go up MJF because he's the biggest name I see here. I don't think it's going to be Sean Spears. I don't think anyone really cares. It could be the 4 open spots will probably be the winner, but I'm just going to say MJF because that's all I see here. I'm not going to predict a Punk or an Ambrose to come here. They could come later. Those were the only 2 really big names I can think of who they can get as a big surprise. And there will be a surprise, but something like that will happen later on the pay-per-view, I believe. Now, we also have Kip Sabian and Sammy Guevara on the pre-show. I'm going to go with Kip Sabian here. Now, Double or Nothing. Here we go. We have the best friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, who are veterans, going up against Angélico and Jack Evans. I'm going to go with Angélico and Jack Evans. They're the younger guys. I think the best friends are more the grizzled veterans here. And I think a show like this, a startup company, it makes sense for them to put over the younger talent. I'm going to go with Angélico and Evans to here. This should be a good match. It'll probably be the opener or one of the openers. It'll be early in the show. This is the kind of match you want to start the crowd off, get everyone hot. It's a good way to start the show. Next, we have Aja Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, Emi Sakura against Hikaru, Shida, Riho, and Ryo Mizunami. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for butchering those names. But so 6 Japanese female stars here. You have a lot of them. This is a huge Japanese heavy women's division, and that's because they don't have a lot of female American talent. They need more. I'm sure they'd love Sasha Banks if she's would leave WWE, if she can get out of her contract. That's one who I can think of. Maybe also Emma. Tennille Dashwood, she's available. I think they should sign her. She could be a surprise here, too. You never know. But they need more American female talent here because that's still your main market. Here, I'm going to go with Aja Kong's team. I think she's a beast. She's a monster. I think she's going to get the win here. So I'm going to go with her to get the win and win it for a team. So I'm going with Aja, Yuka, and Emi. I'm not going to pronounce those not last names anymore. Next, another six-man tag. This is a men's tag team match. We have SoCal Uncensored, SEU. Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky against the Strong Hearts, Seema, T-Hawk, and Al Lindemann. So I'm going to go with the veterans here. I more so want to pick younger stars to beat the veterans, but here, the Strong Hearts, I don't think they're going to be huge stars and all. They're their names, but I think it makes more sense to go with the fan favorites, and I think SoCal Uncensored are going to be very popular here. Christopher Daniels is 50 years old, and the guy is ageless. Frankie Kazarian is great. Scorpio Sky will be over. I think the fans are going to want to see those three win, and I think they're going to be over here, so I'm going to pick SoCal Uncensored to win. Next, a triple threat match featuring three of the top female stars in AEW. You have the woman who's been featured as a top female star, Dr. Britt Baker. You have Kylie Ray, who is not related to Bayley, if I'm not mistaken, because she's almost a clone. And you have the first transgender female star in AEW. She's going to be the first transgender star to wrestle a women's match, I think, in wrestling pay-per-view history. There's been, obviously, times they've wrestled on wrestling shows, but I think for a pay-per-view, Nyla Rose makes history here. So, three of them, Britt Baker, Kylie Ray, Nyla Rose. So, I don't want to get political, but we know what this is. AEW is a very far left-leaning company, far social justice warrior, progressive, SJW. This is what they want. They want, and look, everyone, I don't hate getting political. Everyone knows I'm a conservative. I'm a big Trump supporter. I'm probably the biggest supporter there is. I love the guy. But I'm not going to hate you for having a different political opinion in mine. What I see here is they're going to try and make a political statement. Tony Khan's a very far left guy. So is Cody. You can see his Twitter. He's being very divisive. Unless he wants to turn heel. If he's going to be a top heel, I don't have a problem with that because it makes you not like him. So that's fine. But Tony Khan's very left-leaning. They're trying to make a political statement. If this was me, I'm not against Nyla Rose wrestling. It's fine. She can be here, but I don't want her to get pushed over other female stars who are far more talented than her just so they can make a political statement. I'm going to go with Nyla Rose because that's what AEW is going to do. Dr. Britt Baker should win. And if it's not Nyla Rose, we'll go to Britt Baker because she's a top female star. But I don't see Kylie Ray winning. It comes down to Nyla Rose or Britt Baker. I think they're going to try to make a political statement. I think it's going to go Nyla Rose. I think she wins this match. Next is a match that could have stole the show if this was on the show because these two would have had an amazing match. That's Adam Page against Pac. Now, that match is off. Why am I talking about it? There's going to be a segment. Adam Page is off the show. He's going to make an appearance. Hangman comes out. He is angry, and I'm going to say Pac comes out and they yell at each other. There's a huge brawl. It'll be a melee. They'll set up a segment, and I think Pac will have a role on the show. He'll appear on the show. I want to give my thoughts on this whole situation of Pac not wanting to wrestle Adam Page because they couldn't agree on creative differences. I don't think it was necessarily a situation where Adam Page was going to beat Pac because I think Pac has to win this kind of match. You would think, right? You're signing him in. He's a big star. It would make sense for him to win. I think the problem was he didn't want to lose to Kenny Omega, which is why, we'll get to that match later. I think that was more of the issue, and I think he is going to appear on the show, but there won't be a match. There's some people say he's not going to work with AEW anymore. I disagree with that. AEW needs as many new stars as they can. Pac is a star, so I think there will be a segment here with Adam Page and Pac, but I don't think they're not going to wrestle, but there will be some segment. Next, here are the top three main events, basically. The three guys who really are the faces of this company, the four guys, technically, who are the faces of the company. We're going to count their matches last. You have the AAA World Tag Team Championships on the line. The champions, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, defend their titles against the Lucha Bros, Penta El Zero, and Phoenix. So, who wins this match? I am going to go with new champions. And now, the Young Bucks are one of the vice presidents of the show. They should be winning. I don't think that's going to be the attitude in AEW. I think part of it is those guys want to lose, and to not show they're going to be, a Triple H where they're going to book themselves to win. I think that's part of it. I mean, these guys are obsessed with the internet. I'm sure the internet's all in their heads, all four of those guys, but especially Cody. Maybe not the Young Bucks. I don't think Omega really. To be honest, I can't stand Cody. I don't like him at all, but I like the other three guys. I saw Kenny Omega's documentary that aired in Canada. I like the guy. He's a really likable guy. I like Kenny a lot. A very nice guy in interviews. Seems like a really nice guy to be around. I'm sure he's really good to the fans. I like him. And I like the Bucks a lot. I've always been a fan. I mean, some people hate the stupid stuff, the pandering to the online fans. I think the guys are really entertaining. They get a good reaction. They sell a lot of merchandise. They're fun to watch. I like those guys. All three of them. I don't like Cody. I can't stand him. And I can't stand his wife, Brandy. They infuriate me. Just the way they post, it's just so embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed if they was their friend or was related to them. It's just embarrassing. Some of their posts, especially Cody. It's horrible. But back to this match. I'm going to go with the Lucha Bros. I think we're going to see new champs because it's a Triple H championships. The Young Bucks can lose. It doesn't matter. They're going to still be just as over if they lose. I think it makes more sense to go with the Lucha Bros here because it is a different promotion. I think this is the first time ever a promotion has its first show. None of their titles are on the line. And instead of not having their titles, it's another company's titles. You might think, why have the AAA stars beat the AEW stars? I think they want a relationship with AAA. They're going to have a strong relationship. And I think it makes more sense to see new champs on the show. And plus, we are going to see the AEW tag team titles eventually. So I'm going to go with the Lucha Bros to beat the Young Bucks and win the titles. Next, the most emotional match of the night, most likely, Cody versus Dustin. We can't say their last name, which is Rhodes. Actually, technically, it's Reynolds in real life. We have Cody and Dustin. These guys are going to work really hard. Cody's going to work hard. I've been critical of him, as you've heard, but he's going to work his ass off. It's his big brother. He wants to have a huge match with Dustin. They really wanted to have a match at WrestleMania. They really should have a few years ago, but for whatever reason, that match kept getting scrapped and never happened. They're going to go out here. They're going to tear the house down. They're going to work their ass off. It's going to be an old school NWA style match. It's going to be a tribute to their father. Both of these guys are going to be emotional. This is a match for Dusty. Dustin's going to work hard. It could be his final match. I'm not sure, but this is very emotional for him too. I'm going to say Cody wins. I think it's a clean finish. At the end of the match, they embrace, they hug. Cody leaves the ring. Dustin thanks the fans, and he walks off and basically walks off to his retirement. I think that's how this match ends. I'm sure they're going to work really hard. I'm going to go with Cody here, and I think this will be very good. Now, the main events. This is not confirmed to be main event, but I can't imagine this match not going on last. Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega, a rematch from last year's match at Wrestle Kingdom. That match was excellent if you saw it. Great match. Here, who wins? So there's a lot of speculation who can win. It's about 50-50. I see a lot of people thinking it's going to be Omega. A lot of people think it's Jericho. I've seen a lot for Jericho because Omega won the match in New Japan, and they're thinking themselves, well, it's going to be 1-1, and they're going to continue the feud. That's like WWE style. And if this was not the first show for AEW, I would think Chris Jericho should win because it would make sense for him to beat Kenny Omega to continue the feud, and they can have the blow-off feud in another match. But this is the the first ever show for AEW. This is their first show, their first inaugural event. Not even their first pay-per-view, their first show, period. Kenny Omega is the guy. He's going to be their top star. It's not going to be Cody. It's not going to be the Young Bucks. It's not going to be Adam Page. It's not going to be Pac. We know it can't be Pac now. It's going to be Kenny Omega. He is their top guy. Even if they get a Jon Moxley or a CM Punk, how much are they going to be around for? It can easily be Moxley goes back to the WWE. They can't invest everything in him. Kenny Omega is the guy. Because of that, there's no reason he should be losing in the first ever show in AEW history. Kenny Omega is winning this match. That's why I can't see him losing. He has to be their guy. You don't beat him on the first show. You just don't do that in wrestling. Kenny Omega wins. Doesn't matter for Jericho. He's still a star. He's such a legend. It really doesn't matter. Omega goes on to wrestle for the title, in which he'll probably win. Now, what will happen? What will be a big surprise? We'll see. We will see. I'm not predicting anything. I think the two biggest surprise could be a CM Punk or a Jon Moxley. That's who I see it. Anyone else? I don't know. You could see minor stars debuting with the company, announcing they're with the company. Someone like Katenio Dashwood, someone like that. But in terms of a major name, I think it's either going to be Punk or Ambrose or Moxley who'd be their big name. Other than that, I hope everyone's having a great time at StarCast in Vegas. Hope everyone enjoys Vegas, and hopefully AEW becomes a successful wrestling company.